Hey y'all, it's the ladies from the Since I Got You podcast.
Her voice. Go.
And this is episode 7. It's your girl Sin.
I'm Allie.
And young Tosh.
And we got a special guest today.
Yay!
Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's up? What's up? My name is TK. I'm one of the hosts of the Blueprint podcast. Shouts out to M. Dot, La Millie. And ladies, thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank you for coming.
And FYI, he's a motherfucking Capricorn. All
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I just want y'all to know that, okay?
Yes,
He's
yes.
a motherfucking Capricorn.
Cap gang.
Facts.
Game.
Sorry, Sag. You all alone.
Yo, this is the second person.
almost there.
This
You
is the
almost
second
there.
guest that we have that's a cap.
Yes.
Like, we need to find another Sag.
Oh.
For real, because
It might be a little hard.
I really failed to believe that caps ruled this universe.
We
It
really
does
do,
not.
because
We
guess
do.
what? We end the year
we started
and
off.
we
Start the
begin.
year.
Well, you know what? Cap
We set
season
the
passed.
Okay,
I'm
so
not even
what?
an Aquarius, but shout outs to all Aquarius because I'm sick of them.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sick of the
A
caps.
fucking hater.
But today's episode is about why don't black men protect black women as much as black women protect black men. So y'all know,
That's a good one.
talk to me nice, don't talk to me twice. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh,
Okay?
fucking girl. I mean, so, like, what's your thoughts, Allie? Like, how you feel about that?
Y'all want me to start it off? Okay.
Yeah, such that shit.
I really think it's simple. I think that black men don't protect black women as much as we protect them is because they're not required to. They don't have to. Like, as black women, we set the standard, we set the tone, we're nurturers, we're the ones that have to hold everything down. So I feel like black men and, you know, everything that in society, like they have a target on their back. So we as black women, like we're the ones that have to do the protecting. And so I feel like it's not as reciprocal sometimes for black men because they're not required to.
Hold on, Allie. Sorry, Tosh. You're about to get married, right?
I am.
What are your wedding vows?
Ooh, I don't know. We had child. Don't scare me.
But in general, like,
Yeah.
aren't wedding vows to provide and protect?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So
On both, though.
Yeah,
That's
both
on
of
both
us.
parties. And sometimes that can be hard for a black man because when you just said they're not required, probably they weren't taught
Right.
or they don't know how to. You know, in this society that we live in today, you know, not for nothing, look at the type of social media we have. Look at the videos that's being portrayed. You know what I'm saying? And look at us as women. Like, how are we being portrayed out there in the streets or on TV? You know, are we being portrayed as if like, yo, he needs to come over here protect me because I need him.
Right.
No, we're on that, yo, fuck a nigga, I don't need him type shit. So if our mindset is that way, how can we
Be protected.
be protected?
Well, my view on it is, you know, as a man, like, you know, we have mothers. So what's wrong with protecting somebody that you're with?
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, like, a man won't let anything happen to his mom.
Yeah.
Anything. He'll pretty much die for his mom. So, you know, it should be the same thing if you're with somebody.
And they always say, watch how the man that
Treat
you're with
his mother.
treats
Yeah.
his mom.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot.
Right. And a lot of us have sisters too, you
Yes.
know, like they'll do anything for their sister. So why, you know, that I think, you know, what she was saying, it's kind of like an excuse for a man.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
really no excuse, you know, again, as a man, like we should be able to protect our women at all costs.
But what happens when they don't? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you're saying is 100% true. I have 2 boys. So, you know, I agree with you 100%. But what happens when they don't or they don't know how to? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, or they don't want to, you know?
Yeah, if they don't know how to, there's just conversations that you should just have. I mean, if you're dealing with a man, there's just conversations that you should have, which is hard these days because nobody can. It's, you know, it's hard for men to take constructive criticism.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so conversations should be had as far as like what should a man do in certain situations when it comes to protecting a woman.
Do you think that how a man is raised has a lot to do with how he is, like, you know, as an adult? Do you think that plays a part?
Yeah, no. It could go both ways because you know, I grew up without my father. You know, shouts out to my pops. You like the best, you know, the closest, you know, right now. But you know, I grew up without my father. But you know, that didn't change me as far as like how I view things. So it could go both ways.
I think that how a man is raised plays a big part as well, because I feel like if they grew up in a household that their fathers didn't protect their mothers, then that makes a big difference, as well as if you grew up in a single parent household, it's like your mother had to protect you. Like nobody protected your mother. It was you and your mother against the world type thing. So that plays a big part a lot. And men, I feel like men in society today do actually fail to protect black women. They really do. But black women are always protecting black men by any means necessary. You could tell me that my man committed a murder, I'm gonna look at you and say no, he didn't. Even if he on camera, even if he on camera, like I'm gonna be there wilding like no, he didn't. That wasn't him. You could sentence him to life in prison, and 9 out of 10 black women are gonna be right next to him, holding him down until he's finished. But if the shoes are on the other foot, it's rare that you find men that actually do that for women.
Yeah. There are men that do it, but it's rare.
Like, what are some examples of, you know, of y'all wanting to be protected?
For example, the incident that just happened in Harlem with the young lady leaving out the liquor store, the guy standing outside. He was amongst his other friends. Right? So instead of one of the friends saying like, you know, nah, leave her alone, you know, whatever, they proceeded to, as a group of them, all that was standing together, proceeded to go behind her, kick her, you know, push her down. Not one of them say, yo, nah, chill. Like, what you doing? Not one of them. So now she has to get up in the morning, look at the scar on her face,
go through the trauma,
and go through that trauma by herself. So who's protecting her?
Nobody.
And you know, for dudes that be doing that, man, y'all really making the good black men look bad.
And that's the fucking truth. Like, they really do. So how can I feel safe when I get up? Like, when I get up in the morning, I'm making sure Jacob, which is my son, he good, he's in school, you know, remote or whatever. Making sure he eat, making sure he's okay. Because I feel like when I'm home, I'm his first teacher in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching him how to groom himself, you know, how to make sure he's good, and teaching him to say, like, I love you.
It seems like times got worse because, you know, when we was younger, you never heard of older female say, I gotta carry pepper spray, mace, a knife, or even a gun. Like, you never even really heard those things. So it got worse over time.
It definitely has.
And this is just the era of, well, you know, people just like to mind their business. You know,
or just record everything and not say nothing.
But we need to start standing up for each other. If we see something going wrong, or because guess what, that could be my sister, that could be my friend, that could be whomever, my son. So, you know, why would we want to put ourselves in that situation? Because that girl's going to be scarred for the rest of her life. It's going to be probably hard for her to even meet a man because she's not going to be able to trust him.
Right, that's true too. What about like domestic violence in relationships though? Like,
that's even worse.
Oh God.
Because there's two sides to it. You know, like say like and it's crazy. I've been in a situation like this like a couple weeks ago where I seen like a couple fighting, and you know she had a knife out on him and everything, and
so the roles were reversed.
Yeah, like no. He was doing something to her for her to
protect herself.
For her to protect herself. And you know, my thing to him was, yo, you better just leave because if the cops come, you're going to jail. Well, the cops actually came, and she screamed to the cops to let him go.
Wow.
And that's what it is with most females too.
Minding your business. Some people be like, yo, I mind my business. I'll just leave it, because if you're gonna go through this and take them back,
Yeah.
why should anybody get involved?
Because that's another way that women actually protect black men as well. Like we're a lot of things are unforgivable. Like we're quick to actually take them back with anything that they do.
Right. They're not quick to take us back.
We enable some of their actions. They're not
quick to take us back.
Like let's talk about it.
Like they not quick to take us back. You
we
go
gotta
outside.
go through
What?
jump,
You go outside and you say, "Oh fuck you, nigga." I'm doing me. You doing you. You do you, nigga. He's leaving you.
Yeah.
He's not fucking with you.
Right? Because you
understand what I'm saying? Because now you a hoe. You a thought. You a this. You a that. But it was okay when you was down there fucking Mona Lisa and them. It was good for you, right? You was popping. Like
Mary had a little
right. Like all that was all good. So why, if it's good for the goose, it's not good for the gander? I want to know why. All I'm asking, right? All I'm just saying. Well, me and my girls is saying.
We want to know.
We want to be fucking protected like we protect y'all. What is so hard?
I'm quick to go to bat for a nigga.
Yeah.
Like I'm quick to go to bat.
Steps like y'all will want.
But you know what I noticed? You know what I noticed about men too?
What?
I'm quick to fight a nigga for a man, but a man is not quick to fight a girl for a female either. Like I'm quick to if my nigga getting it on, I'm sorry I may sound stupid or ignorant, but first thing I'm thinking is like we fighting, we knucking and bucking, like that's it.
Yeah.
But niggas that sit there and tell girls like this, no, don't do that, let's go, walk away, don't argue with her, don't do this, don't do that. What? Why? I wanna fight her right now.
But in that instance, I agree with him because it's like you don't want her to get involved because then you gonna have to get involved.
You
You're a man.
As far as like you getting involved with a man?
No, a woman.
No, a woman.
Well,
I'm gonna let you be the ass.
Would you join in?
Nobody better not touch her either.
Yeah, no,
you know?
right, and that aspect right there, he's protecting.
Right.
But what are some ways that we want our men to protect us? Like, you know, if we're launching a business or if that's something we want to do, like protecting and support.
Yeah, I was just gonna say support and reassurance.
So protection comes in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, protection and reassurance. Like there's nothing that I feel like I'm gonna go through where I can't call you.
Exactly.
Like, that's where I feel like I'm protected. That's where I feel like I'm safe.
Yes.
Because where you say you didn't grow up with a father, I didn't grow up with a father too. But I saw it as the opposite. It was like, oh, I don't need a nigga.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody to protect me. I saw someone on Instagram and was like, I grew up in a time where women just did it on their own. It was like we didn't even need men, and that's what I grew up feeling. And so like I didn't really need a man to do anything. People had fathers. I'm like, oh, you have a father? Like your father lives with you?
Yeah.
Like,
it's foreign.
It was foreign to me, seriously. Because when I was in middle school, everybody had a single mom, or their dad didn't live with them. Their dad was in jail, so it was like, oh, this is normal. But when I go to high school and I'm with people that are different color skin as me, it's like, oh, you have a father, you have this, you have that, like, and so it's just a different standard. So when it comes to a man protecting, it's that reassurance, it's that talking to me, letting me know I got you, like, and we here, like,
but
no matter what.
Isn't it something that you should kind of like know in the beginning stages when getting to know a man?
Listen, men paint pictures in the beginning stages.
It's hard.
Like they're a piece of good ass, sweet ass cake, and they be sour and expired afterwards. Like don't play, because everything that glitters ain't gold, and everything that shines ain't real diamonds.
Like
y'all already know.
Fucking true. Like because how is it that we meet, like, you know, we go out, we meet a nigga, and he's kicking that good shit. He's kicking that Luther Vandross, Anita Baker, Marvin Gaye type shit.
I'm talking Trey Songz.
Exactly. So you in it. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the word? Entanglement.
Shout out to Trey Songz though.
Like,
I'm sorry.
So right now you in fucking tangle. So now we entangle and I'm feeling you and and I'm on a whirlwind. I'm like, oh, like fucking Sade.
Yeah, you wanna go
and he ain't cracked up to who he say he is.
So now time goes by and you paying attention to little shit,
little things. How you joke with me?
How you joke with me? How you move with me? How you touch me? Even to the point to where how you say hello. Because you know why we not paying attention before? Because before we caught up in how he intriguing, how he's bringing whatever he's
the honeymoon stages.
Exactly.
It's all new to you.
And it's spicy, especially if you jumped out of a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You all out there and shit vulnerable to a nigga. You know what I mean? Then,
all open.
You feel me? And then reality.
Boom.
Oh, you be like, oh, he ain't never say that or do that before.
Or when that first argument hit.
Happened.
Boom. And because when that first
argument
what?
tells it all, really.
Oh my God.
It's like, damn, I seen a nigga true colors
Yes.
flash before my eyes, and you would never
Yes.
think that he's like that.
Yeah, but
He or she.
But is it because?
Like
So do you think that black men, don't protect us black women is for reasons of like how we bring them down, like how we treat them, or what we do as women?
I think I said it in the last episode. A lot of us women can be assets or liabilities, and some of us can be liabilities, and we don't even know it to another man. So at certain times we do bring men down. And I think the alpha female in us, because I'm an alpha female, so a lot of the times the alpha female in me, like, it doesn't allow a black man to protect me to the extent that I would want him to.
But why?
Because I'm an alpha female. I think that I got it all myself. I think I'm aggressive. I think that I could do it myself. I think, just like you said, I feel like I don't need a nigga for nothing.
But at the same time, the man supposed to be like, all right, cool. Like, let me show her that
this is
I can do what I got to do for you.
But
there was
a lot of them are not like that.
There was something on Instagram. I think you sent it to me, and it was saying how all women really want is the basics. Like that's all.
It's the little things.
It's just the little things. And so when you say bring men down, I feel I'm being biased, but I feel like there are some women that are just toxic, right? But
yes,
they're just. I'm not gonna hold you. There are some women that are toxic, but there are also women that are toxic because of what they've been through in their past, and there aren't men like you that say, okay, she's been through a lot of stuff. Let me protect her even more. Let me show her that I'm different. You know,
it comes to a point in time is it's hard to deal with.
Yes, it is.
You know, you get to your point, like, okay.
So when do you say enough is enough? Like, how long do you being with a person or in a toxic situation, when do you say to yourself, like, I'm tired?
Well, Well, for me, like, I'm a patient person. Like, I like to take my time.
Okay.
You know, because you really get to know the person. Like, again, the whole honeymoon stage and everything, that shit is all facade. You know, so I like to take my time. But if it's really getting too out of control, then I start to take a step back. You know, like, I don't
evaluate.
And just see like where it goes from there. Like,
because sometimes it just don't be clicking for women, and men are just like, you know, they give up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. But why? Like, why? Like, I want to know why. Why do we as women we want so fucking much?
We have high standards, and I feel like we deserve to have high standards. Some of us do.
Explain.
What are the main standards for women?
Ooh.
I feel like as far as a man for a man.
For a man.
I feel like, having him like fuck that. We all trying to get ourselves together out here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I can say, oh, a nigga gotta have 6 figures. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or he has to have a big house, or, he has to drive, because not all good men drive.
Yeah.
Right. I can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
But once again, here we are, women making excuses for men. We're protecting black men again.
You think that's protecting
I feel
them?
like that's making excuses for them. If these are your standards, these are your standards.
Tell me, what is your standards?
I can't really sit there and say that I have particular standards, because I've dealt with...
You gotta have standards.
You have to.
I do have standards. Like, you're not.
Don't play.
Y'all need to let me finish. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't sit here and act like I never dealt with a broke nigga before. Like, dealt with a broke nigga before. I've dealt with a broke nigga before. I've dealt with niggas with money, or whatever the case is. But I felt like when I've dealt with, I wouldn't even say broke niggas.
Okay.
I would say I've dealt with men that I had more than them.
Okay.
And I constantly made excuses for them.
Such as?
Providing. I provided most of the time. So I protected them. It wasn't reciprocated. They didn't protect me. I know that if I hit rock bottom, I wouldn't sit there and pick up a phone and call him and be like, yo, I only have $1 in my bank account. Like, what could I do? Because once again, even the high rollers, you tell a high roller you got $1 in your bank account, it's like, yo, what are you doing? Your priorities are all fucked up. But let a nigga tell you he only got $1 in his bank account. We gonna find a way
we will.
to double that dollar, to triple that dollar for them. And I'm not even gonna tell T that he got $1 in his pocket.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, nah, he good. He good. But yeah, men go on their little Instagram rants, broke bitches this, broke bitches that. Bitches ain't got their shit together. Bitches wanna go pay $400 for a weed, but can't pay their rent. Can't do this, can't do that. Like, come on. But we don't sit there and do that with men. We don't do that about men at all.
All right, this is my take on it. Like, and I know a lot of fellas probably gonna get mad at hearing this.
Talk your shit.
Yeah. I mean, women are not wrong for having standards. They can have any type of standard they want, and I just think, you know, in this day and age, a lot of dudes are just immature. You know, like, as a grown man, you should have certain things. You should, you know, even if you're working towards getting it, the female should see that you're working towards it.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying? So, but there's a lot of immature dudes out here that don't have a lot of things, but want so much from a female, want a female to hold them down or whatever. Like, yeah, like, it's good for a female to hold you down, but let the female see that you're working towards doing something for yourself.
Right.
Instead of just being out here, her watching you blow money or do stupidness and then try to get her help.
Right.
You know, like, again, you can't be the liability. You know, like, you want an asset, you got to be an asset too. So you know, I say all the time, like, y'all women do be, you know, setting the bar sometimes low. Like, again, it's dudes out here that's over 30, never been on their own. You know, anything like that.
Never had a bank account.
You know, probably never had a job.
We do it all the time. We be like, he gonna get it together. He gonna get it together. He gonna get it together. He's cool. He's an inspiring rapper. Like, he's cool. But yet, come on, like, I'm tired of carrying niggas. I said that shit plenty of times.
No carrying.
I'm not carrying nobody. My standards are high, and these are my standards, and that's it.
Okay, but what are your standards? You still haven't told us anything yet. We're still waiting.
Just know they're high. It seems like they're high.
They're high. Like,
they high. I'm not carrying no nigga. I'm sorry. I don't want a broke nigga. I am so sorry.
Let's elaborate on that. When you say broke.
Yeah, what?
Like, what's a broke nigga?
Because that's all I see all the time. Oh, Justin pays brokies and this and that.
So what's a broke nigga? A broke nigga, I mean, broke is broke.
I feel like you could be rich with ambition.
Yeah.
Rich in the mind?
I mean,
broke mindset.
If you have a broke mindset, then you're broke.
Then you're broke.
You are broke. But you don't have to have so much money in your pocket
to have a rich mindset.
To have a rich mindset. Because a rich state of mind is like no other. You got a rich state of mind, I got a rich state of mind. We can collaborate, put our ideas together, and we're going to blossom. And we're going to grow.
Yeah, I agree with that part.
A nigga with a broke mindset is wearing Fendi, Gucci, and
yes,
driving
they
a Honda and living in a project. That's a nigga with a broke mindset.
Wait. I just want you to repeat that.
A nigga with a broke mindset is someone that got on Fendi, Gucci, Louis, Prada down, driving a Honda, living in the projects with his mom.
Yeah.
Using her food stamps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What food stamp me, please? Can I use
That's
it too?
That's the truth.
That's
the truth. Because
food
you know what?
But
you know
have
what?
A job.
You know what's so crazy, especially with us women? We think, Ply said this shit. He said, y'all women be in the clubs, and I think I said this to Cynthia. I be saying this a lot. And we look at the nigga who got all the jewelry on, the Fendi, that is, he got money, he this, he that. In all reality, that is not the nigga who got the money.
No.
The nigga who got the money is the nigga to the left of him. Or the
humble
right
don't
of him.
stumble.
The one that's
in the cut.
Yes.
That's
The one that's
Wait,
home.
hold on, wait a minute, T. But I learned in Miami. Somebody else told me something in Miami. So somebody was listening to our episode, and the person told me, he was like, I'm gonna tell you how to choose the nigga in the humble nigga in the back with the money. And he said a female taught him this. He was like, y'all can't always choose the humble nigga in the back with the money, because that nigga might be broke too. I mean, he might not have money. He might be broke too. He said if he the humble nigga in the back and niggas keep coming and checking on him,
he's the nigga.
He's the nigga. Like, yo, you good? You need anything? Like, he's the nigga.
And that's how you got to look at it. First of all, I don't know if anybody out here plays chess. I don't know if y'all do. And I always say this to these two. They know it.
They do.
Now, T, you about to learn today, right? Our life is nothing but a game of chess. You have to know which player you are when you're playing this shit. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That person's absolutely right.
Ace. Shout out to Ace.
He's absolutely right. Because you have to pay attention. Like, I always say this, when you pay attention to how a person moves, what they about, and the words that come out of their fucking mouths, we're never going to lose that way. You feel me? And that goes for us women, too. Because we be out here perpetrating all types of frauds.
Yes.
All types of frauds.
Looking like we got it together.
Like we all this and we all that. Well, let me just have my disclaimer. I'm not.
I ain't got it all together.
I'm not. I'm a working motherfucking progress.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
I'm a working
and
progress.
I say it all the time. I accept my flaws.
We have to. We have to. I can't. Do I have nice things? Of course. But is that appealing to me? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside with just my regular coat and my little wallet in my pocket. Like, I'm good because I don't have to impress nobody. Who are we impressing?
And you can't expect a nigga to have his shit together
if your shit ain't
if your
together.
shit is not together. You can't expect a nigga to protect you as a black woman, as a strong black woman, and you don't got your shit together. I'm sorry.
But
It's
true. But that goes back to them what I'm saying. How can we be on some protect us? How are we we want all this protection? And I heard you say, oh, well, I want him to do this, or I want him to do that. And me and Allison the same, but protection is support.
Support.
You know what I'm saying? So if he don't got $2 and you got the $2, then you gonna give it to him. But if you got $2, nigga, and I don't got the $2,
I'm gonna expect you to give it to me too. And I think we just said it recently. I was like, yo, T, I really feel like we've been trying to go by no expectations, no disappointments. But I think you said it the other day. You was like, Sin, I know you say that shit all the time, but I'm sorry. I did expect such and such to do such and such.
Yeah.
Like, I did, because I would do it for them.
Yeah.
Like, I took that shit personal because I wouldn't do you like that. I wouldn't do that shit to you.
It's okay to have expectations
and I feel like it is sometimes to have expectations. It's okay because you know why? We're human.
Right.
We're human. How can we want a man to really love us if we ain't really loving them?
And I was about to say that some black women, we expect them to back to protection. We expect them to protect us, and it's half of us out here kicking a nigga down, and he ain't even do shit to us.
Yeah.
What, like, literally.
But again, I think that's
what about the women that's taking men for child support just because they're bitter?
Bitter baby mamas.
But y'all really want black men to protect y'all, but y'all talking down y'all baby fathers to y'all kids.
Okay, so I want to switch gears real quick. Okay. So, this summer...
They seen the whole episode, though.
All right, bye, y'all. Okay. So...
You want to switch gears?
Yes.
All right.
Because when we talk about black men protecting black women, so this summer, right, George Floyd happened, then Breonna Taylor happened, and we were screaming, protect black women, protect black women. Then, Tory Lanez allegedly shoots Meg Thee Stallion in the foot, and then it's completely different. Like, I was so taken aback from how social media reacted to that situation because a week before, we were screaming, protect black women, protect Breonna Taylor, all this stuff. But then a woman, she's a woman at the end of the day. She's an artist. She's in the spotlight, but she's a woman, gets allegedly shot by a man, and we don't believe her. She has to show her scars on Instagram for people to even think that it happened. So, let's talk about that.
Well, it's alleged. Like, you use that word. Like, you said it was alleged. So, I can't sit up here right now and bash Tory because, one, I wasn't there. Two, she was fucking with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what transpired on the scene. You know what I mean? And then in his music, maybe I'm bugging or not, he was basically confessing how he feel about the girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? And saying like, yo, like, this is not what it is. So
why would you lie?
So why would you lie on me? And what if and a lot of people, Allie, are saying that what she's saying is not accurate, allegedly.
But they wasn't there either.
Yeah. But there were people that were.
But then there was silence. Like now it's silence. And nobody's not saying anything.
But what I'm saying is though, I feel like women were not rallying against her. Like, I felt like we should have.
Yeah.
I really do.
If he did it was wrong. But not even if he did it. Period. Whatever happened, it was wrong because she got injured. Mm-hmm. Like, she should have never got injured, period. But once again, we wasn't there. We don't know what happened. So,
and it wasn't just them two there.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was so you know what
at
I mean?
the end of the day, we just don't know.
We we honestly just don't know. But in rallying for somebody, like, you know, Brianna, that shit was crazy. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? It's not the same to me. Like, you know, it's two different like
that was police brutality,
and that was definitely police brutality. But in a situation with Meg, like you know, one never knows. You know what I'm saying? And now it did bring her down. It did, like, you know, destroy her. And that's the part, because when you're dealing with trauma.
Yeah, she was a victim of gun violence.
Trauma is not easy. And when I see her now, because I said to Cynthia, I said, she looked different to me. Mm-hmm. She don't look the same.
She grew up.
Yeah, she don't look the same. She looked different to me. So sometimes we got to go through things in life to change, you know, our surroundings or ourselves.
And I feel like a lot of people did rally for her.
Yeah, I mean, no,
they
it
did.
Was people.
Yeah, they rallied for her.
They definitely dragged Tory.
Yeah,
they dragged Tory for a while.
I mean, they dragged him so much. His record sales when he put it on
Yeah, and he got and he's getting blackballed.
Nothing. They wouldn't do it. Just like how they did R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everything is not going to happen the way we may want it to. Mm-hmm, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen the way it's going to happen the way it's going to happen for whatever reason that may be. But, you know, we got to just, like, I don't.
And of course, social media always takes a toll on every situation because everybody's always arguing on social media. Mm-hmm. You got rappers, they sit there and curse their significant others out on Instagram, you know, Instagram. Mm-hmm. And females, they go at it with their significant others on Instagram too. So it just plays a big part in everything.
And what are we teaching our young people, young men and young women? Like, what are we teaching them when they see that on social media? Like, how are they supposed to say, like, you know, I would like to see, you know, a black man or, you know, my boyfriend support me, you know, especially with men with daughters. Like what are you showing them? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you raising them to, you know, to notice the signs, to look out for the signs? Because sometimes as children, they go by what they see. You know what I mean? Never, like, you know, my father wasn't around. You know, my mom raised me on her own. And he had a whole nother family, you know? So, in my eyes, should that have been okay for that, you know, for me to be okay with that? Or no? So my mother's like, no. Oh. Yeah, no, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a woman. So what are y'all takes on that? Like, about children, like, you know, young people, teenagers watching us, like, you know, watching y'all argue or hear you on the phone. Like, you know, how does that, because that affects children.
It does.
It affects them. My son said to me, Christian said, Mommy, like, you know, we have our one-on-ones, and he was basically saying, like, I heard you and my father argue. You know, I saw how y'all were together. And he was like, that broke him. He said, because the things that he put you through, or the things that you may have said and done, he said, it didn't, like, it broke him because it made him, like, look at women differently or look at men differently as far as, like, how to treat a woman or what not to do. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, shit. Like, you know, because sometimes we not paying attention to that. We just paying attention to how we feeling at the moment and what we going through. And those moments after moments, play with kids. It really messes up their mindset. So now that I'm a grown up, you know, and I'm more mature, you know, I have to have different conversations with him. So how, like, you know, what do we do? How do we help them, especially black men? Because it's hard for them, I feel like, because they trying to figure it the fuck out. And I feel as women, we kind of got it together, but we got it more together. And for black boys, it's not like that for them. And I'm only saying that because I'm raising two.
I mean, conversations are just like super important.
Yeah.
And you know, during these times, man, especially with these young kids and being on social media and seeing grown folk things on social media and them wanting to do it, you know, so they could get persuaded a lot just alone by social media.
Yep, I totally agree.
It got to be like constant conversations and you being on top of your kid. You know, they may not like it, but you know, it's going to benefit them in the future.
Has to. Yeah, I just hope it does. And I hope we get it together with, like, you know, with men, black men protecting us, and, you know, we doing our part as in protecting y'all as well, because it's a struggle out here. You know, it is. It's a struggle out here. And we're not making no more excuses.
Yeah, I was about to say something.
No more excuses. Fuck that.
No more.
You don't got 50 cent, nigga? Don't come my way.
Especially in New York, damn.
Like, I don't know into depth about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship, but if you see, there's such a, like, I'm sorry, I know everybody be like, goals. Everybody go through their own shit in their relationships, but from the outside looking in, it's like he supports her, she supports him. But not only that, he protects her, she protects him. Because I think in one of the songs he was like, "Yo, I don't care if my house on fire. Like, fuck it, nigga, I ain't leaving.
He said,
like,
leaving.
It's me and her."
But it took him a while to get there.
It did take him a while to get there.
That was the lemonade.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know what's going on, like what goes on with them. But from the outside looking in, it's like he protects her, she protects him.
But
she held him accountable.
Yeah.
And he took that shit and ate it.
And he ate it. Yep.
And they moved forward.
Yeah, because he did some foul shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He did some foul shit. So, and she portrayed that in her music.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? So, it's like, if we're going to stick it out, let's stick it out.
And let's hold each other accountable.
And not bash each other.
Yeah.
Because he ain't say no fucked up shit about her. And she ain't say no fucked up shit about him.
No.
But again, like, social media plays a big part of that.
That's why,
because you could be looking at your phone, you got into what you do, you looking at your phone, and you just see a meme. Oh, I'm posting this. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm reposting this shit.
Yeah.
And he see it like, oh, she talking about me.
I am tagging Tia on the Justin LeBoy post all the time.
I say all the time on my
feel.
podcast, that's the worst page in Instagram history, man.
It is.
Yeah, like.
He shook the table.
Toxic.
Like,
and I do not care because he be saying some real shit.
But he do
respectfully.
Be saying
he does.
Like all this shit you just kicked today, and I really, really, really look at you in a different light. Because I really haven't like had a chance to have a conversation with you. So now that I have in your mindset, like I'm all about the mind. And your mindset is extremely not what I perceived it to be.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So Justin LeBoy, in some of the things that you were saying, he was kicking like similar shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was.
It's nothing wrong to me. It's like it's nothing wrong with what he's saying.
Okay.
It's like
His
I like to
page
look
is
at the
toxic.
comments.
Oh, okay.
And I just see women
It be
like,
the captions for me.
Like, I'm like, yo,
It be the
like,
captions for me.
how can we even trust each other in this day and age? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just be like, yo, goddamn, this era is just like fucked.
It's crazy. No,
I'll be like, damn, this is crazy.
No, it is.
All I know is that I was raised in a household where my father did not play. I say it all the time. He did not play with none of his daughters down to his granddaughters when they were born. You knew not to mess with my father's girls. Like his cleaner girls, he did not play. The boys, he'd be like, yo, the boys can fend for themselves. But my girls, like, don't play with me and don't play with them. Because if you can't sit at a table with me and drink a bottle of Black Label with me straight, no chaser, I'll give you a little ice. And have a heart-to-heart with me that you're going to protect my daughters, and if they have kids, their kids, you can't fill in my shoes. You
and
can't.
I think that ties into what T said about, like, you just got to raise up your kids the right way. And I think that it's important for daughters to be in a household with a father.
It is.
Because then you know what you should expect from a man.
Yes.
Like what you shouldn't expect from a man, what you shouldn't accept from a man. So, and like me as a teacher, I talk to my kids all the time. I talk to my girls all the time. Like, One girl, she was not, because, you know, we remote learning now. So some kids, I've never seen their face before. And so I had to call a parent. I'm like, she don't come to class. Like, she comes to class, but she doesn't turn her camera on. She doesn't do her work. And the mom really says to me, she's so shy. She sees all the other girls, and she thinks that they're so beautiful. She thinks she's so ugly. She doesn't want to be on camera. She makes me do her hair every morning, but she still don't turn her camera. And I'm just like... Wow. Like, I was so taken aback because I'm like, I wish I could see her face. And then she finally showed her face. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful, clear skin. Like, she's just beautiful. So it's just like, and I thought about it. I'm just like, I wonder if she had a father in the household. Like, I wonder what kind of conversations they're having. Or I wonder if she's on social media seeing other stuff, you know? So it starts from, like TK said, those conversations with your parents. Like, but that
and social media is
and
the devil.
and definitely how men talk to you, how men talk to you, and how females talk to men. All in all, like you can't let men get away with murder. I feel like men can't let women get away with murder either. Like it has to be an equal. It got to be 50-50. Definitely.
Most definitely.
You can't be having no nigga out here call you a prostitute and shit and let him get away with it.
No.
If a nigga call you a fucking prostitute and you talking to the nigga and you start back talking to the nigga, I can't be your friend.
I'm just saying. Because you going to play with your mother, baby. Don't play with me. At all. Sorry, I'm just...
That's some disrespect.
Play with your mother. Don't play with me. Talk to her like you talk to your mother. Talk to her like you talk to your daughters. Like, handle me with care. I am a precious gem.
Yes, handle with care.
So... And I'm going to handle you the same way.
As you the fuck should.
And we got to handle ourselves with care.
Yes.
Of course.
First and foremost.
I got to show you how to treat me. That's what my uncle always said.
You got to teach them.
You got to teach them. You have to show them.
Yeah, because Kevin Hart said that we think that men have common sense. I'm sorry, TK. He said it, though. He said, y'all think that we have common sense. And we don't have common sense sometimes. Like, we're not supposed to know that y'all want flowers on a Thursday. We don't know. Tell us that you want flowers on a Thursday. So I get it.
I have a question. TK.
All right.
What are your standards when it comes to women?
Oh, man. To have her own.
Whoa. Have her own what?
To have her own place. You know, cars, again, in New York, you don't really got to have a car, but to just have your own.
Yeah, I thought he said to have her home. I'm like,
no. To be ambitious.
Yeah.
Of course, to be smart.
Yeah.
To not be a pushover, because I don't like pushovers.
No, give you buck. Yeah.
To be a listener. To be able to understand me. And
that's the Capricorn.
I really think that's it.
Oh my God!
And to just communicate
all right,
as best as you
this
can.
is over because Capricorns are not about to do this.
Yeah, like because I know, I'm a quiet person. Like I'm super laid back or whatever, and I could be so quiet and somebody thinks something's wrong with me, but I'm okay.
Me too. Yeah.
So again, I'll take my time when I'm dealing with somebody. Like a lot of women I've dealt with got that misconstrued. Like something's wrong with him. He don't want to be bothered. Like no, like try to communicate with me. Try to talk to me. Like we don't try to talk to each other these days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm really big on just trying to understand me as a person, and I think that's really it, man. A little toxic here and there, need to be kept on my toes.
Niggas love toxic bitches.
That's
about a good 10%.
Yeah.
To keep me on my toes.
I know he said one more question. I have one more question. So for our male listeners, what can you tell them on protecting black women? Why is it important to?
It's important because again, it's not just black men going through things with police, things in the street. Right. Again, like women are out here really carrying guns just to protect themselves. Fellas, we just really need to calm down with bothering females in the street. Just again, like the whole liquor store situation. That shit is like really a disgrace.
It is.
And just look at again if you're dealing with a female, look at them. Protect them the same way you'll protect your sister, protect your mother. You know, like if you really care about that person, you should have no problem with protecting that person. And, you know, being there for that person, you know.
Preach, CK.
Protection is fucking key.
It's the Capricorn way.
Hey, gang!
I love that. Listen, y'all.
Since I got you sponsored by Capricorn.
Yes, sponsored by Capricorn. 1, 2, and 3.
No, it's still a Sag here.
What day
Okay.
were you born?
The first day, the 22nd.
Okay.
Talking shit. Talking shit.
We're a week apart.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Cynthia's hating, y'all. She's hating.
Well, this episode has
Sag
been
ain't never gonna
amazing.
hate, honey. And that's when Mary had a little lamb.
Lamb her,
Okay?
please.
Where you gotta get that from?
The moral of the, from where the money resides.
Oh, okay.
The moral of the story is get y'all a lamb because
So,
everywhere that Mary went, that lamb was sure to go. So
It was.
get
It was
y'all a
sure
lamb.
Because guess what? That lamb protected Mary.
She sure did.
The whole herd.
That's the moral.
Yes.
The moral of the
the
story.
whole herd.
Get y'all a lamb.
Yes.
Yep.
This episode was like super dope. I am so
was.
happy TK came out for us on our episode
yes.
7. Please, like, we would love to have you back again for season 3.
I'll come back whenever.
Shout out to the Blueprint Podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
Blueprint.
Yes.
You got it in purple?
Yeah.
like
you got
Yeah,
just
wait, hold on. Where's my sweater? Where's my...
See, I'm told you.
Since
they go
October,
crazy over the
I've been
merch.
asking.
Nah, we're gonna come. We're gonna have some heat. Like right
Okay.
now.
Stay
You
tuned.
hear what you promising the world right now?
All right.
I was
Stay
told.
tuned.
I was told that I need to come back with some stuff, and it's gonna happen. But I really like your blueprint.
Thank you.
Yes, I
I'll
love
get some
it.
made for you guys.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
it. Really, really nice.
Yeah.
And we would like to have you. Matter
Yeah, I
of
want to
fact,
come back when it's
I
like
would-
spicy or
yes,
something.
Yes,
Like, it's too
yes.
serious.
Yeah.
I would love for you and like
The guys?
Yeah, the
for
guys, yeah.
to come on our show.
Right.
So our podcast, so we could talk some shit.
Yeah,
Because
right.
season 3 gonna be some shit.
Right.
So I'm really, really excited about that. So please, pencil us
I
in.
got you.
We would love to have you again. Again,
you.
this
Thank
is
you
your
for
girl,
having me.
Young Tosh.
This is Allie.
It's in.
And we are the ladies
We,
of the Sis I
I
Got
Got
You
You
podcast.
Yeah, classy,
Thanks for
bougie, and
listening.
ratchet.